What is going on today, guys? You here, and today we're bringing you week 3. No, week 4. Week 4 of the UGL. As you can see, there's a big, a different look to my team builders. There's also going to be a different look to my gameplay. So I'm kind of trying to get more into, since the UGL is kind of one of the only things that's going up on my channel right now. Kind of trying to get into a more pleasant experience for people watching and stuff like that. So I made this layout. We have a layout for battles. So basically during the battle, you'll be able to see what's died on my team, my opponent's team, what's died on their team, and stuff like that. So definitely keep an eye out for that tomorrow. This should be going up the day before that. This should be a Friday slash Saturday. I'm not sure because I'm playing tomorrow for me, which is Thursday, so I might upload it Friday, Saturday. I have to see. That might be what I'll do, but just depends on how long the battle takes for me to edit and stuff, and if I have any issues. But if you are new here and this is something you want to see, subscribe and hit the like button, because that's what's going to help me out the most. But this week we are facing DJ Sanity, who actually has a YouTube as well. So once he gets his video up and stuff, his video will be down in the description. But he is currently 0-3. He's had a pretty rough start. He took over. He was a replacement coach for somebody else that had to drop right after the draft, which kind of sucked. Like, it kind of sucked he didn't get to draft his own team, and he took over when he did. But I don't know. The guy's a trooper for doing it. So shout outs to him definitely for doing that. He's not the biggest fan of his team, but his team still is kind of scary. You can see his team right above the UGL logo. He's got pretty hyper offensive Galarian, Darmanitan, Hydreigon, Dracozolt, PZ, Colossal, Rimbombi, Braviary, Malamar, Haunter, Golisopod, Lilligant. I like my matchup this week because of the fact that I have the combination of Urshifu, Scizor, Flygon. The thing about it is his team is very hyper offensive. He has basically no fighting type switch ins, so Urshifu just comes in and clicks close combat on something, which is nice. Not gonna lie, it's very nice having Urshifu just come in and be able to click a button. But the biggest thing is, if he wants to be outspeeding Urshifu, he has to be Choice Darm, Choice Hydreigon, Choice Dracozolt, Choice BZ, Choice Braviary. Everything has to be choiced to be faster than Urshifu. The same thing for Flygon. Everything has to be choiced to be faster than Flygon. So he's gonna have a couple choice users. He also could bring webs to outspeed the Urshifu, but the thing with Flygon is Flygon doesn't care about webs, and we're bringing Defog and Rotom to get rid of those anyways, so hopefully we'll play around those pretty well. But the thing about it is, his team's pretty hyper offensive. He has no switch-ins, and I think my offense, honestly, is better than his offense. So I like my matchup in this battle. But we're just gonna go ahead and get into what we're bringing. You can see Urshifu Rapid Strike here. Obviously, bringing Urshifu, it's just kind of broken. We have CC, Liquidation, Thunder Punch for the Golisopod. I didn't want to run Rock Slider, Stone Edge on more things than I had to. I'm already running Rock Tomb on Piloswine and Stone Edge on Flygon, and I'm running Thunder Punch on Urshifu just because I don't want to miss. That could be kind of crucial if I do miss that move, so we're running Thunder Punch. And then we have Aqua Jet. I was going to run U-Turn, but it's another one of those things to where if Urshifu comes in, it should be claiming a kill. So I'm not going to actually even use Urshifu to pressure anything out. If it comes in, I'm probably going to click CC if I think they're going to switch, or I'm going to click Aqua Jet if I need to, and claim that kill if I think they're faster. If they're not faster, come in and click Liquidation. And that's basically the thought process on my Urshifu. We are EV to outspeed everything that is not Rimbombi, and so yeah, that's pretty much that. Not too much going into the Urshifu. But next we have a Banded Scizor. Choice Band Scizor does a ton, and I mean a ton, of chip damage to this team. I'm pretty sure OHKO's Darmanitan. U-Turn will OHKO Hydreigon. Bullet Punch does a ton of Hydreigon. The one thing that kind of switches into this thing is Dual Wing Beat. I mean, not Dual Wing Beat, is Golisopod, but we have Dual Wing Beat for that, and we are speed creeping max speed Golisopod. So if it comes in, all I have to worry about is first impression, and we just click Dual Wing Beat and call it a day. But this is here to help me get positioned around his team, because that's going to be the biggest thing with his team, is I need to get into a position where I can click buttons. So this is here to help me get position. It is here to claim some bullet punch kills, claim some chip. That way Flygon can come in and just kind of clean up with Earthquake as long as his levitators are gone. But yeah, like Scissor's gonna come in, do a lot of chip, help me get positioned to where I need to be, especially on things like the Darmanitan, Hydreigon. If it's locked into something that is like Draco Meteor or something, we just come in and click U-turn. PZ could be locked into something. I think Colossal comes this week, which is the biggest thing. That's what I need to watch out for, is Flame Body Colossal. I have Aromatherapy on Polo, the Aromatise, just because of Tri-Attack and Flame Body are the two biggest things I'm worried about. So that could be an issue, but hopefully Aromatherapy is going to help us out there. But like I said, the Scizor can come in, claim a kill, probably. If it doesn't claim a kill, it claims 60% at minimum for the most part. And then after that, Celestial and Piggy, the Urshifu and Flygon kind of go to work and claim those kills for me. But we have, like I said, we have dual wing beat for the Golisopod. We have knockoff just to claim an item if I think something is scarfed and it's a potential switch in. Like Golisopod could be a potential switch into this thing. Honestly, there's not many switch ins. Haunter could be a switch in, but like I don't even think he brings Haunter. Like there's not many switch ins to my Scizor, which is an issue for him. So I can kind of come in and click bullet punch, click U-turn. Like I don't really need knockoff, but I have it just because if I want to take an item, I have the ability to do that. But next we have our Flygon here, Piggy, our Flygon, Choice Scarf, because we don't care about webs, because we're Levitate. We have Earthquake, Dragon Claw, Stone Edge, and U-turn. I was dancing around with a Dragon Dance set, but I just went for consistency because the thing is he could tech a couple moves on the things and catch me off guard with an Ice type move on something. So I think Scarf is just more consistent. He has a Levitator and a Flying type, I think. Hold on, let me check that. He has Braviary and he has Hydreigon. The biggest thing is he doesn't want to switch Hydreigon in until he knows that I'm choiced. He doesn't want to switch Braviary. Like he can switch Braviary in, but like it doesn't want to come out of rocks plus take damage at the same time. So Flygon can actually put in a lot of work. We need 2 hits on Hydreigon to kill with Dragon Claw. I may end up changing that to Outrage. I'm not sure yet, because once Rimbombi's gone, I can kind of Outrage. I can kind of Outrage without feeling bad about myself. So that might be something I change, but right now, I think having Hydreigon come in on rocks and then Dragon Clawing it is probably the safer bet. But like I said, that could change. And then we have Stone Edge for the Darm, Stone Edge for the Ribombee, Braviary, and Golisopod. Golisopod's the biggest one because Golisopod actually kind of scares me a little bit. It can keep pivoting in and out, getting first impression damage here, first impression damage there. It gets coverage for Aromatise. Like Aromatise takes most of its hits pretty well, but it does get coverage for Aromatise. So it's gonna be an up in the air if he actually brings that coverage or not. But for the most part, Flygon comes in, and Flygon is the thing that I'm gonna pressure things out with, and then U-turn. If I do want to go that route, but it should come in and just pretty much click Dragon Claw or Earthquake and claim some chip on things, because once we claim enough chip, the thing is Bullet Punch and Aqua Jet actually clean things up for us, so we don't even have to worry about the speed. So that's another route we could go if we need to do that. Next we have RA, the Rotom-Mow here. We have leftovers, Defog, Will-O-Wisp, Leaf Storm, and Volt Switch. Volt Switch because I needed another positioning tool. Positioning, like I said, is going to be pretty big this game. We've got Will-O-Wisp because Darm is a pretty good switch into this thing. What else was there? The Dracozolt is a pretty good switch into this thing. Braviary could switch into this thing. I don't think it will. Malamar could switch into this thing. I don't think Golisopod will either. But Will-O-Wisp, like I said, could do a pretty good amount to his team. We're bringing Defog because he could bring rocks. If he's bringing Colossal, he could be bringing rocks. And if he has Ribombee, definitely has webs. I think his team needs webs to beat mine. So I think he's bringing webs. So I have the Defog there. I was going to bring Pelipper, but I thought Rotom kind of just did better than Pelipper because I don't want to give Golisopod Rain. And I don't want to give... Actually, I'm not bringing any Fire type moves, so it doesn't matter if I give any of his Pokemon Rain. But I just really didn't want to give Golisopod Rain. Golisopod and Rain doesn't really have any switch-ins for me, so that was the biggest thing, especially since Leech Life he can hit Rotom-Mow with Leech Life, and like if I switch in on Liquidation, sure, I switch in on Liquidation, but then he just hits me with Leech Life, or he could even read the switch and hit me with a Leech Life. So that's not great. But we have the Defog to get rid of the hazards, Will-O-Wisp to get rid of the physical attackers, Leaf Storm just for damage, and Volt Switch for positioning because he has no ground type. So we can Volt Switch freely. No ground type. He does have Volt Absorb on Dracozolt, but I doubt he brings Volt Absorb. If he brings Volt Absorb, then I'm way less scared. I'm way less scared of Dracozolt at that point. So I can kind of just Volt Switch freely as long as I want. Because even if he brings in Dracozolt and he has Volt Absorb, I just click Will-O-Wisp and I call it a day. So next we have Polo, the Aromatise. We're bringing Wish, Protect, Moonblast, Aromatherapy. Kind of the same thing I did the first week with Aromatise when I had it. The defensive calcs. Basically, it's pretty specially defensive. This is, I think, like a 10% chance to get hit KO'd by Flash Cannon from Hydreigon. Nasty Plot Hydreigon is a possibility, but the thing is, he doesn't want to keep Hydreigon in on Aromatise anyways. Even if he is Nasty Plot, even if he could read a Wish or a Protect and Nasty Plot up, like, it's just not beneficial for him. I could just click Moonblast. I don't even have to click Wish. I could just click Moonblast and claim his Hydreigon there. So that's kind of my thought process behind that. Pretty specially defensive on the Aromatise. I do take a lot from Darm, but there's nothing I can do about that. I take a lot from the Dracozolt, nothing I can do about that. I take a lot from Braviary, nothing I can really do about that. Like I said, the one physical thing I can actually deal with is Gliscopod. I also take under half from Scarf, Adaptability, Tri-Attack from Porygon Z. So that is good because that means I can Wish an Aromatherapy if he does happen to get a paralysis or a burn or something on my Aromatise. I don't want to be burned on Aromatise because my leftovers are kind of crucial to my my calcs, my defensive calcs. So if I do get burned, you'll see me clicking Aromatherapy still because I don't want to be any kind of status on Aromatise. And then the last Pokemon here is KJ the Piloswine. We have Eviolite Thick Fat. This is going to be my more defensive answer. We take under half from Flare Blitz from Darm. We take we don't take a lot from Icicle Crash. Superpower still does about 90, but that was a 2-hit KO anyway, so it was like, why even try to EV for that? We also take less than half from most of Hydreigon's moves that aren't Flash Cannon. Flash Cannon I think can 2-hit KO this set. And then we wall the Braviary. Close Combat does a lot, but Ice Shard would kill after that. We wall the Haunter, we wall the Dracozolt, so the PZ even still doesn't do as much. The only problem is Piloswine can't recover, so it has pretty limited switch-ins unless I can get a Wish back on it. So that'll be just something we have to play around with. But Ice Shard actually does a good bit to his team. It hits Hydreigon, hits Dracozolt, hits Braviary, hits Lilligant. So I'm bringing Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Ice Shard, Rock Tomb. I'm bringing Rock Tomb because I don't want to miss anything. Defiant Braviary switches in on a Rock Tomb though. Could be kind of scary, but I'm not too worried about that. Just because I feel like after a Rock Tomb, Ice Shard would just kill it anyways. So we should be good to go there. And then things like the Lilligant and stuff. Lilligant could Quiver Dance on things, but luckily that doesn't raise your defense. So Ice Shard still does some damage there. And then after that, Bullet Puncher. Actually, Bullet Punch will probably kill after Ice Shard, so hopefully Quiver Dance Lilligant doesn't give me a hard time. But that's also what Rotom is for. Rotom completely walls Quiver Dance Lilligant. I think it gets Pollen Puff, but even Pollen Puff isn't doing that much. So Rotom can kind of switch in, let me Volt Switch out, and position myself into something that I want to be in. But yeah, that is the team. Like I said, nothing really special, some pretty standard sets, but it's because I like the matchup. We've got some good defensive Pokemon in Rotom, Aromatise, and Piloswine. Piloswine's there to set rocks and then click Ice Shard on things. Because like I said, my goal is to chip him down and then Aqua Jet Bullet Punch kind of win. So hopefully you kind of like the team builder, and hopefully you will like the game tomorrow. Like I said, I'm kind of trying to up my editing game for this, and hopefully people enjoy it. But that is where I'm gonna leave you. So if you like what you saw, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.